thought it was, oh, I thought it was wonky then. Feel my neck. Sorry, guys. Okay, come on. That's not funny, that. You're all over the place. Oh. Everything costs money, 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 money. I'm sick of money, 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 money. Anyway. Good afternoon. How the devil are you? I'm hoping that you're well. Now, I'm doing this pretty big because, I'll be honest with you, it's easier for you to see. So, just going ahead. I'm not really, I have to show you what I've done so you can be a bit more precise if you want to be. I've just used the width of my ruler, but that does not look right. That is just weird. Oh, right. What is happening with... Oh, so sorry. My thing's broke, so I've got to use this tatty thing, and it's... Oh, everything's just money, innit? It's just... Right. Okay. That still looks a little bit weird. Sorry, guys. Right, that'll do. That's better. I've not took... Oh! No, no, no. Right, I'm having a bit of a mare today. Can you tell? I'm all right, though, now. I'm all right. I'm all right. Oh, now I've lost me. What have I done now? Oh, so sorry. I don't know what's going on. It's all going Pete tongue. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Hello, Jenny. Let's have a lovely Jenny. And we've got hello to Facebook user. Hi, Dawn. Oh, I know you are, Dawn. A good friend of mine. Bet. Hello, lovely Bet. Good to see you. Oh, well, I'm glad you're looking forward to it, Sue. I'm always happy to be here. Always happy. It's very much a, do as I say, not as I do. Because if I don't do this with you, I never get it done. I just always find stuff to do. So anyway, I've got me good old handy coaster, and I've just put it into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to. It's just so I don't have to measure. And then all I've done here is just a width at the bottom and a width at the top, like that size. And then all I'm going to do is just halve it, and I'll show you why, because it'll be a bit easier. Oh, it would be 17, wouldn't it? So just putting a rough guideline of about 8.5 there. I'm hoping it's square, so yeah, 8.5 there. And there's only a reason. I'm going to give you a little trick. Oh, we're going into proper teaching mode today. And this is just squaring up, being, able to redraw something, or, sort of do the measurements we need and capture something symmetrical, because it is a bit easier to do it like that. You don't have to do it like this if you do not wish. Hello, Angela. Oh, yes. I know some surgeons. I'm glad they're not like that. Yeah, you're right. Mind you, I'm not saying anything. Not saying anything. So we're going to do an elephant. Okay, but we're going to do like the logo elephant. I'm not doing a cutesy to the side. I'm going to go for it in the head. So I'm going to do it in, shall we say, some shapes, easier to follow. So the first thing we're going to do is look at this first shape, believe it or not, and we're going to go with they're not parallel. Okay, we got that. That's really going to help you draw a elephant, isn't it? Okay. And then the next one is, right, sorry, that's a bit out there. So now, if you've done this here, the easiest way to get symmetry is, see, you've put that at 3.5, right? 3.5. Oh, not bad. And then see how far I've gone down, which is 2.5. Oh, there's an even easier way than this, and that's just get a piece of tracing paper and draw 1/2 only. So we've got that sort of symmetrical. Okay. Do you get me? So we've got two. This will all change in a minute, believe you me. So we're looking at this now, and we need, this will change in a minute. So then we need, say, to about here. So if I look at that, it's about just a little bit under the line. Okay, so okay, we got that. Is anyone doing it with me? I hope you are. So you can see now these will all be changed in a minute. Okay, so then we've got another one where about here, and then the trunk there. So the trunk might have to change because it looks a bit weird if I do it. I might have to drop it down a bit or something. So we've got this shape, which is like a rectangle. I'm sure there's a mathematical name for it. We've got the ear shapes coming in, but the ear shapes might need to be, but when we bring the head down, it'll be. So the first thing is, okay, let's look at it. So I'm looking at this, and I don't particularly, elephants have a great, they have a lovely shape to the head there. Okay, so just round that off a little bit. Don't worry about any of the lines. All these are guidelines, right? All these. Hello, Carol, my lovely. Right, so the next thing is about here. Okay, going to bring it in. Oh, please have a go because it's easier. And then we've brought it in, and then about here, I might have to change it depending on how it sort of looks. You get it? I might have to change this actually because it's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. A bit smaller face wise. Then we have to about here. And if I look at it and it doesn't look right, this is the time we change. No, don't do that one. Don't do that one. I'm going to rub some of these lines out, okay, so you can see. So here, coming in, and then just a little flare. Okay, so if I was to say that their eyes go there, yeah, that might give you a bit of an idea. Centre line will be whatever. So here we've got that line. And this is quite a, it's not going to be an intricate one, unless your designs are, of course. But what it will be is perhaps less like a cartoon and more like a real one, as in sizes and stuff. So here, I'm just going to look. So I'm just going to do this shape like that. Get it? So now I'm not worried if I don't copy it. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Seriously, it doesn't. So now we've got these. Now these would come into the nose, head, We'll knock the shape off that because it looks a bit strange at the moment. So if we're saying like the forehead, then we've got the eye sockets, okay, then we've got the brow of the nose, and then under here, just inside that line, we'll have the trunk. So the trunk will join from this line. So if I draw that like that, and it has quite a quick descent, if I say that. So that might look totally wrong, but so just put like a big J. If you do the letter J and then add, do you get it? So I'll do it again here for you. So if you're doing it, it's a letter J, okay? Like that. And then we can knock that, because it would be smaller there and a bit chubbier there. So then what we'd do is big it there. So you just add to it, okay? So we've got that. And I'm just keeping it in level with this. So that needs to be a bit smaller. Just ignore that end bit because I'm getting a bit carried away. So we've got the head. What's that? Right. Hope that's not negative, because it is easier than it is. Right, so let's go back to the head, right? So we've got the head bit. The ears come out of the head, obviously. So we still have that because the ears are behind the head. And then they go sort of down to that line. And this is where you can connect up with anything you want here. They're normally a little bit above the what you call the trunks, tusks. So you know, and depending on, I mean, I'm doing a blooming who knows what this one, so just bear with me. And if I'm looking at them now, and I look at it, that one looks like quite angular, and that one looks better. So what I think I need to do is see how this drops down here. So I think I need to just rub it out a little bit because it's annoying me. So what I need to do is bring it out here so it's that shape. Yeah, that's better. Do you get it? Right. Hi, Sharon. All right, okay. Oh, please have a go, people. Honestly, I've never taught you anything or shown you anything that you can't do. I wouldn't do that. It's not bloody fair. So I want you to have a go. I want you to shock yourselves. Right, so let's look at this now. Quite like this. And we're going to go and put the lines in. Now, it is only small. We could have done a bigger head. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. But I wanted to get it all done today. I didn't want to fight about, you know, a bit here, a bit there. Right, I'm going to go with the number 3, and I'm just going to get drawing, okay? So this is where I'm going to go for my lines on the outside. And I'm not really caring. Now, I'm going to put a bit of a wiggle there because they do have flappy ears, don't they? And they do look different, but I don't care because So here, I'm just going to soften these lines up here because they look a bit weird. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of a softer approach. I'll show you one in. I've just rounded the edges. There we go. You might find, once we start putting our little bits on, they look different. So just going to put an edge there. I'm just going to join that up there, give it a bit of detail there. And I think what I'm going to do is run this a little bit thinner. Right, so one foul swoop. I'm going to rub out any of these lines that are annoying me, which is basically all of them. Let's see the shape that we've got appears. Favourite bit, as you know. And I'm going to be doing some major doodling on, major moodling on his trunk and stuff, because at the moment it don't look right like that. So it looks more like a, what you call it, limpet, or one of them sea spouts. Right, so I've gone around him with a wobbly line as I do. Oh, I'm glad you can see an elephant. Oh, I'm glad. Great, Deborah, that's brilliant. Frozen screen. No, I think it's okay here. Hi, Jackie. Right, so let's have a quick look at putting some features in. As I say, it's very much how can I put it, stylized. So it's a long time since I've done stuff like this. So just gonna run that out of it. I'm just going to put some lines in to make it look like an eye. Okay, and then the centre of the trunk will be I'm just putting these in now so you can see it. That I don't like because it starts to look like a fingernails, doesn't it? So I don't want that in. But you would have a set of lines there, but we don't need them because we're going to be doodling and moodling. So really, it's a case of just getting some sort of eyes in. And I'll draw them in later, but hopefully you'll get the idea of it being a bit more structured there. And then here, this would normally be central. pattern, but it sort of stops there. Okay, so I quite like that. So I'm going to get, now you can do two things now. You can either do background and Mr. Effilump, or you can do, I'm just going to put these in now. Just to give it a bit more structure. So you'll be able to see what I've done with eyes. You see? Yep. Oh, it's not clever. It's just step by step, taking shapes as you see them. It's nothing clever about it, honestly. Anybody can do it. All you've got to do is look for the shapes. You look for the shapes, the rest appears. Seriously. Right, so we've got that very basic. Hopefully, it looks like an elephant, does it? Yes, Christine, a lot of people do. But I do like it if you have a go. Do you know what I mean? It really does make a difference to me. So I'm just going to put some little dots there to give it a bit of, all I've done is just, because it'd be like his nose thing, center point would be there. So if you want to, you could maybe even, you don't have to have that so heavy there, but we'll, can I get a score out of 10 for easy for you doing it, for me showing you how to do it? I hope so. Right. So I'm going to draw him in. And I'm going to draw him in. There we go. So, oh, 10, thank you. 8, thank you. Right, so he's being able to do it. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. That's all I want. Yeah. If you think that what I'm doing is showing you how to do it, and you think you can do it with it, then my job is done. That's all I want. Because you look at it at first, if I show you a picture of an elephant, you go, nah. I mean, I have to sketch these out first. But I can't show you my sketch because it's over there. I'm not getting up. But it's basically, my sketch is this. I'll show it you now. That's my sketch. And then I get a, that's it, my sketch. Because I know that once I start and put the lines in, it's doable, isn't it? Right. First thing I'm going to do is, I think we need something in the back that separates the back from the front. So, and I quite like, I'm going to put something in the centre of his head. So I want something quite simple. So okay, so we've got a frame. He's going to be coloured in, so it'll look black and white. Might do a, what you call it on this, animal print and stuff. Honestly, hi Thelma. So when I do this black and white, it'll look quite zebra-ish. If you made a right Codswallop, use it, put a line in it. That's what I do, as you know. So I'm continuing it round the head so that it gives it some sort of focus. If you wanted to, this could be bamboo, couldn't it? And there's an easy way of doing bamboo, and all you do is make it a little bit bigger, like that. So it's just bigger at the joints. In fact, I quite like that idea. There we go. So it looks sort of bamboo-ish, doesn't it? I mean, if you wanted to, you could then some bamboo shoots on it if we want, because bamboo shoots are long and thin. Get carried away with this, yeah. So there we go. Just had a few. Looks a bit crazy that now. So what I'm going to do is just run around so it's lines, circles, zigzags. Tidy that up. So it's lines, circles, so we've got the outline down there. Thank you. So, I mean, normally if you wanted to do him now, you'd just do a triangle like that. Well, not quite like that. You'd have to bring him rounder, but it'd be like that to draw in front on. So you see, incredibly easy with your lines and things in it. So here, what I've got to do is I'm thinking I'm going to do him first. I was going to do it background first, and I thought, no, what might happen is that might overtake. So I'm just going to look for about the centre. So I'm just going to run that line down again. maybe a bit out. So it doesn't have to be perfect because you can always add. So I think I've got to put a circle there, okay? I'm determined to take... Oh, it's horrible weather here. It's dead dark. I'm so sorry. You might not be able to see me. I'll put this little lamp on. If it's rubbish, then please tell me, because I think sometimes adding light, it just causes more... Well, that's worse. I'll just let the camera sort that lighting issue out then. So here I've just added that there, and then I'm going to go like that. Okay, so I'm going to rub that out now. Not brilliant, but so there we go. So we've got that star flower like that. Now I've got to be careful. I don't want him to look a bit you know, daft there. So I'm looking at some of the patterns. If I saw his ears, I think I'd have to run with patterns like that, because to me it accentuates the shape. If I was to do that, again, that would work. So you've got a pattern whichever way you want. I prefer that one, I think, but I do like that one. But there again, I think if I was to have that there and that there, that probably would work better there. Do you get me? So the patterns all... Hiya! Olga! Hello, lovely! Get your toes wiggling. Get your toes wiggling. So I'm going to do this maybe. So I'm going to go... like that. It looks like he's got a hat on backwards, doesn't it? So I'm going to take the rest of it off and then put some pattern on it. So I'll join it up. And I'll put some diamante patterns. Well, no, like jewel-like things. So I've put 3 on now. I'll put 1 in the middle, slightly bigger. And then I can put in smaller ones there. Make it look less like he's got a basketball hat on. Baseball, whatever. So we've got some patterns on him. Okay. So yeah, you could have the circle there. That's cool. Have the circle there. You could make it smaller and have it going with that. It's absolutely whatever you want. And then here, what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3. Just put in a little 3 pattern there, there. So I'll put one there. And just fill in where you want to. Here, I'm going to put in a and this is where you can just change it out any way you want. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. I get lost when I'm doing the patterning because it's just whatever feels natural, just do it. There's no right or wrong way, or my way's better. It's nothing to do with that. It's whatever pattern you want to put on it. And I'm just thinking, I like these patterns like this. And if they're a bit out, they're a bit out. I don't forget every now and again. Yeah, does look like a hippie. So I'm not colouring it in. It's lovely to see you, Olga. I've not seen you for ages. I'm doing a very tight zigzag. So it's like dense up, but not fully coloured in. Right, so we had, oh, this one. So I'm just going to do the same on this. And the only reason I've put these on the eyes is just for definition, really, so that you can see its eye shape. They're going to just be white, otherwise it looks boss-eyed. So just darkening it up. Right, okay, so we've got the option now. We can do that or that. Yeah, and we've had somebody say that they like the circle, so okay. Let's go with the circle. Don't forget to keep bringing yourself back. Wiggle your toes, remain calm, enjoy it. We're not here. I'm going to just add that there. We're not here to be critical. We're not here to be anything. We're just here to be in the moment, the present. Forget about what's going on if we can, just for 10 minutes. It's harder for some people, I know that. It's very hard because of things that are maybe going on in their life, but just give yourself this little bit of time. Oh. It's absolutely lovely to see you, as it is everybody. So, got the patterns there. Yeah, as Olga said, you don't, you know, you don't have to follow me. I always say this, don't I? It's like I give you the ingredients. Oh, are we back? I just went off. Did you? Oh, that was very strange. So I've got some strange 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some strange patterns here, but who cares? Right, here I'm going to put in some nice patterns, maybe things you don't always think about. So I've got like this. This is quite a tribal one, this. So, you know, diamonds in triangles in triangles. So you can do the opposites if you wish. So it's hard to forget that you've done the other one and just do this one. Your mind sort of goes into autopilot to make it symmetrical, and it's quite hard to sort of think, right, well, they're two different things, and then your mind's going, no, they're not, no, they're not. So let's think of another pattern now. I've got the sketchbook. I did one yesterday. I'm trying to remember it. Oh, I know. Oh, you can. Oh, sorry, guys. These are just the squares that I've just rounded because I like the shape. I really like that shape. For some reason, there's shapes in my head and I think, yeah, I like them. So start off small. It's like a rounded rectangle. Here's me thinking, oh, I'll get all my washing done today. Not. Now I've had to fill in a bit of the gap there because that one's not as good because it's a bit messier, but really I'm not worried. So now let's go with sounded like the rent man, didn't it? Here we're just doing lines and dots. It's very forgiving. You are in control of all of it. You do not have to be told it's got to look this way or that way. It's just however you want it. I think with having the symmetry though, it does play an easier part when you're looking at it because you can see that these patterns relate to each other. You know, it could look totally different, but they relate to each other now. So you know that that's part of that or that's part of that. And I'll leave that there, just do 3 there. So, oh, that's completely wrong. I mean, not wrong, that's, I should have done it like that, and I've done it like that. So, oh, hang on. That's right. Right, so we've got like a netting, so that's it. So I've done some sort of netting there. Crazy netting anyway. So I'll just put some in here. Even when you think, oh, that's gone totally wrong. Really, it's nothing to be worried about because you're doing it your way. It's just creating pattern. Look, don't either now at all. Well, I don't think so. Some of you might be getting a bit hectic with that shape, but so these are like halfway, like that. I'm just finishing up the last bit of my work on my next project, my workshop. It's a really, I love it, absolutely love the next workshop. I've worked really hard on it, I must admit. It's slightly different to what I'm used to, but I've loved every single minute of it. But it has been challenging because of all the work that I've had to do, but I'm not I'm not one to shirk my hard work, but I like to know how things are made, so I've had to sort of go through, know what I want, and then make it right from scratch so that I can offer you the workshop to do. Exactly how I do it, sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That should be the next few days coming up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you do it too, because I understand in this day and age there's so many different people doing so many different things. You've got to, make sure you get value for money, don't you? So here, I'm just going to do a lozenge, I think. Looks like a sausage. Just a fine one because it's only a small spot and it's sort of any dastardly wrong things. It's hidden. Keeps going off on me. What is going on? Hi, Jan. Masamara. Right, in here, I'm just going to put lines like that, every other one. A bit more, and then I will go with this. Just curves over the line like that. That looks so cool. So now can I draw that down there? Okay. So I'm just adding some patterning to what I already had, like that. So there's our patterned line on his head, head or whatever. Don't matter to me who it is or what they are. So I'm just going to go so I've done like it's quite a moodle elephant, yeah. Moodle front, what a good name. So just a bit of pattern in there to come down. And then what I would do is so we've got a series of I mean they could look like chains, couldn't they? Not chains around it, but you know, like a chain mail on it. So we've got a little bit of pattern going on there. Let's see what needed. There we go. And then we could have like jewellery. Okay, so we've got some quite jewel-like things there. I'm going to rub out that central line because I don't really need it now. And I am going to put in some patterning around it. So this is the one thing that allows you to not worry about any of the lines that you've done, because you're actually creating like new shapes in it. So if I do that now, it actually looks like it's part of it, and you've made designs in it. Like that. I like this one. So you can see you can add more as you wish. And don't forget, this at any point can be left how you want it to. You don't have to, like I say, follow what I've done. So we've got like a ziggy zaggy there. And all I'm doing is going across to the next one. And then any lines that are out of sync, by that I mean, you know, the angle's not quite right, then it doesn't really matter because you can build it in. So I'm just going to outline that, give it more definition. Doesn't look quite right at the moment. That's better. So what I will do here, good old circles. So we've got the oh, you're welcome, Christine. So oh, here we go. Drop the camera. Drop the camera. Right. So I pulled out a little bit to show you. I mean, we've got that there. He looks quite intimidating, actually, doesn't he? He's not meant to. He's meant to look quite nice, but you know, hey ho. Sometimes things happen and you think, oh wow, didn't know he was going to look like that, but these things happen. So I really like him. I think perhaps, no, maybe not that. Oh, I've done it again. That's the second time I've got all my pencils, pens out of this. I hate this box, but I keep using it. Right. I'm using an aqua pencil now. If I wish, I can always add a bit of water to it. Thank you for people who bought the collection and showing me what you've done. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm just loving it. It's just pretty useful for mixed media as well, which is that's brilliant. That really cheers me up, that, because you need more than one. Hello, Patricia. I hope you've seen Mr. Master Montague Moodle. He's finished now. There's going to be in-person workshops with him and online workshops as well. So yeah, they're coming soon. I've got some really interesting ones, and it goes back to my mixed media background. So it's not just what we call art or craft or drawing. You know, if you've my one of my specialities was fibre. So yeah, I'll be using my fibre skills to make all sorts of interesting curios. I like to call them curios because that's what they'll end up looking like. And very much, you know, I went on the hair workshop with Mr. Finch. It's heavily influenced by that, obviously, but changed it so that it's mine. Um, but yeah, I mean, I did used to teach textiles, as you know, as well. So um, always been a love. So I actually made a tree for my degree, believe it or not, out of cotton. I made it all at Quarrybank Mill. So the fibres are a major part of my identity as a mixed media person. So there's many facets to it. You know, the jewellery and everything are all part and parcel of it because it's all part of decoration and stuff. What I enjoy doing, adoration, adornment. Right, so I'm running around here with a pencil just to give it a little bit of a highlight, and then I'm going back in with my because I want to clean it up. Is okay. I would say that perhaps I like the fact that it's popping out of the frame. But it would look good if he was in one of the frames, a 3D frame. Rachel did a workshop the other week. It was fantastic. How to make the 3D frames. Check it on, it's still available. Oh, it's brilliant. And then she shows you how to make any 3D flat. So they're like this. It's brilliant. Any shape, any size you want. So you think that's good, but when I'll draw the little bit in the middle, so it actually looks like that from the front. That could be any width. But then if I was to draw it to the side as well, you get a proper box size. So that's the front, and that's how deep you can make it. I would really, really, really recommend you have a look at that. So if you can think that, you know, if you get that box, how to do it from Rachel, and then get this would sit here, and you could have the trunk and you know, the trunk coming out there and all that. And, do you know what I mean? You could have him sat outside it. So yeah, go to Rachel Harris. And check it out and see her workshop. It's fantastic. So here I'm just going to add very closely around the edge, and I think I would just leave him at that for now. Maybe put some jewels on him, but I wouldn't do too much. Not at the moment anyway, because I've not had enough of him. That sounds a bit awful, but I want to do the microplanet stuff. And I've got to go shopping, which I hate. Got nothing in though, not even a scabby dog. So So I'm just bringing that definition a little bit more. You can go on for ages doing this. And then the last bit of definition I'm going to do is bring out some of the face, because he is, if you look at the elephant, the face does come out a little bit. So I'm just going to pop it in here. So it's from all the way around. So we're getting his ears at the top like that. I hope you can see. You see now? That needs to be softened a bit. That's much better now. Can you see the difference between that side and that side now? It's amazing what a little bit of shading can do to your work. And the other thing, I think, it's amazing if you know where to put the shade in, what a dramatic effect it can have on your work, when you could have a really mediocre drawing like this, but the shading sort of makes it have a bit more impact. I'm just going to bring this round here because I think it softens the whole face up a bit myself. So I'll blend him out a bit there. Oh, I hope we can still see. I'm very dark here. And then bring the dark to the edge. I think that's really softened him up now, or her. Not heavy. Right, so I'm more or less done there. I'm happy with him. I think what I would do perhaps is I think I need to do the so all I'm going to do now is just put some characteristic sort of lines that elephants have to show like the trunk, but actually just make it part of the design. If that makes sense. So yeah, you know, you've got that pattern. I really like him now. I think he's got a lot of character. How long? Not bad. An hour, guys. And then a little bit under here, because that's where his tusks are. That's where his tusks sort of come out. Right, well, I'm going to love you and leave you there. The next one will be Friday, I think, if I can get it done. Please show me what you do. And if you can, go and have a look at Rachel's workshop. It does, Jenny, thank you, it does. But that's a great bodice shape for a woman. That's how I would draw a bodice. But then the arms, it would come up that way. But do you get it? So anyway, thank you very much. Go and check that out, because you'll be able to make a frame for all your work, which I think is, priceless really when you're doing your own work. And I hope you enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed your company, and you chill me out, and you give me a bit of a purpose to carry on doing this, and you give me a purpose to sort of get up. And my Patreons, I can't thank you enough, because without you I would not be able to do it. I'd have to get a full-time job, as life's not easy, is it, for any of us? So a huge shout out to you all. Thank you for everything, and I will see you. Is it Friday? Or I can't do Thursday. It's got to be Friday, because I'm at the monastery. I don't know why I did that. What a plonker. I'll give you a big Ellie love from me to you.